Don't start your presentation like this. Hello, my name is Trevor, and let me introduce my team. This is John from accounting, Sarah from design, and Alex from production. So a little bit about our company. Why do we start like that? So here are 7 tips how to start a speech, a pitch, or a presentation. Number 1, start off with your audience's problems. You see, the big problem we make is we start off with our problems, our frustrations, how our business is doing things. When we start acknowledging the audience's problems and we explain it to them clearly, concisely, it's going to get their attention immediately. And people say, I think you understand what we are going through as a business or as an individual. Think about if you start talking about weight loss. If you say, no, I always had this problem and I always felt frustrated. Now, I always tried all the products. People are just going to be disconnected. They're going to say, that's you. But if you start off with saying, you know, when you try to lose weight and you find it really hard, you've been training for 2 weeks, and you jump on a scale and you picked up half a kilo, and you're thinking, this is frustrating. The audience is going to say, that's me. And immediately, you're going to have connection. The second tip is ask a good question or multiple questions. Why? Is to elicit emotion. If you ask a really good question and pause, for argument's sake, do you find it really hard and frustrating to lose weight? The audience is going to say, yes, I do. You immediately have their connection. Or you can ask multiple rhetorical questions. Have you ever tried to lose weight? Have you ever exercised day and night for 3 months and you still haven't lost weight? Have you cut out all the carbs, ate all the kale in the world, and you still don't feel better? Have you drank 50 liters of water every week and you still feel like you are not losing weight and it's frustrating? If that is you, you probably want to find out what are the real ways how to lose weight. Wow! Immediately the audience is going to say, that's me. Tell me more. Tip number 3 is retrospective or perspective. Retrospective means it's in the past. By starting off with a good statistic or a fact by saying, 30 years ago, there were no emails. People used to write handwritten mails, post out catalogs and brochures. So start off with the past and then go directly to today and say, and today, people are sending millions of emails every single day. You can also use perspective. You say, everybody today is sending out all these emails and it's get crowded in people's inboxes and they're not reading it. I believe in the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be all about virtual reality. It's going to be all about looking at videos, getting into inboxes. Right? So you can start off with retrospective or perspective. Let me give you another quick example. If I say 50 years ago, type 2 diabetes was a thing that was not known, 1 out of 5,850, fictitious data, and today it's 1 out of 9 people. Why is there such a big spike on type 2 diabetes? Or you can use perspective. You can say today 1 out of 9 people has type 2 diabetes. It is estimated by the Health Organization within the next 8 years it's going to be 1 out of 3 people that will have type 2 diabetes. What can we do to eliminate type 2 diabetes? Isn't that a better way to start a presentation? Point number 4, start off with a story. That is my favorite one. Why? I don't need notes. I know the story. It's personal and I can evoke emotion. So if you ever see me live in a keynote, you will see me starting off with a story. I normally start off with a date and a time. I would say, at the age of 12, I remember it was 6 p.m. at night when I walked onto a platform and I had to participate in a debate. I felt overwhelmed, nervous and scared. All these eyes were staring at me. Have you ever had to do a presentation and you feel a bit like a deer in the headlights? That was me. When you start off with a story, you capture people's attention, and that is a great way how you can start a speech, a pitch, or a presentation. Point number 5, half of the story. Is it half of the impact? Definitely not. What you want to do is tell the story, and until you get to tension and suspension where the audience is saying, and then what happened then? And then you stop and you go into your presentation, even if it's for 20 minutes. And where's the other half of the story? It's right at the end. Then you finish off your other half of the story. This is normally when you tell them what was the outcome and what was the results that you had. This works great. I've done it so many times at so many conferences, and people came up to me and went, "That is awesome." I've done that, I remember, at a conference when I was telling them about sales techniques about a person that came out to try and help my wife to select a perfect pair of blue jeans. And everything that happened in the change room, the audience had this suspense moment, and I said, and then the salesperson did something that changed everything. And then I paused and I told them how to do sales for the next hour and a half. And then I said, right, remember, I want to finish off with that change room when my wife was wearing that perfect pair of blue jeans. And everybody went, "Oh yeah, what happened?" And then I told them the other half of the story, how that sales lady closed the deal. And the people said, "Trevor, you're a genius." Well, it was just a story that was cut in half. Do the same and you'll see the impact. Tip number 6, start off with a statistic, a fact, or a bold statement. This might put a bit of a serious spin to your speech or your presentation, but you're definitely going to get the audience's attention. Let me give you an example. If I start off with, last year, 743,000 people died of a heart attack in Australia. And then I can maybe add a bit of a question. Do you know what to do if somebody is having a heart attack right next to you? And then you pause. The audience will pay attention. And then you can lead into your presentation. This might be a good time for you to say, "Hello, my name is Trevor and I'm from the Heart Foundation." Good. Or what you can do is start off with a bold statement. Do you know that majority of people, when questioned and surveyed, is to say, do you know the 5 things you must do if somebody is having cardiac arrest right next to you when you're on a ferry, in a bus, or in a car? And do you know that majority of these people said, "I don't even know there were 5 steps." And this is costing lives, and statistics shows that we can prevent over 85% of deaths in heart attacks. Wow, that is a really serious opening statement if you're talking at a Heart Foundation, but it will get people's attention. Think about statistics and numbers and facts, how you can use it in your next speech, pitch, or presentation as an opening. The 7th one, last but not least, is it can be a bit boring, but it is important. If you are going to do a long presentation with a lot of things that's going to take place during the presentation, preferably that other people are also going to speak, as an opening remark, I would suggest is to start off with an agenda overview and saying, today, here's the reason for this conference or for this presentation, and what will happen in the next hour and a half is we're going to have, and then stipulate the agenda points. It can be a bit boring and flat, but it does help people to understand what will be covered. I would definitely suggest when you do an overview or an agenda, just sound a little bit exciting of what is coming. Otherwise, it'll be boring and flat and nobody will be excited. So, my name is Trevor Ambrose. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Stay in contact with us. We update frequently new videos. Look around in our channel. If you want more information, you can also go to our website, have a look around. I want to help people on their journey to improve their public speaking and communication skills.